What's up, guys? Just gonna do a quick class tonight, basically going over the recap of the top stocks, do a gamma delta rewind, and then the ES setup for tomorrow. But going in today, we had basically our balance since last Tuesday. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in a 4-day balance now. So actually, let's go to RTH and see if the value area moved down. So it did move down a little bit. I like to adjust that on the dailies. DLC moved down, so they're getting a little value down a little bit lower. But we're on a pretty boring balance right under. Well, the balance, what I was showing last night is when we break out, you kind of want to reverse back to the middle. Just the middle of our balance will be, let's mark that up, 64.82. So I'm surprised we didn't get there today. We just couldn't tell how we were just breaking out a balance and then return back to valley area. But since valley area was a little higher, it was like just going back and forth between the valley area and the bottom. But like I said, it was just scalp away. You could have scalped all these wicks outside of the valley area. You just had to not hold. Just scalp, hold, get your 10 points and get out. Yes, kind of right at all-time highs. Last week's close, the weekly open, holding above 2 single prints. The single print was taken out pre-market, so I still have it up there. We have excess above. This one was taken out. So overall, just waiting for the break, waiting for a move, waiting for something to happen. NQ is kind of more bull flagging. Last week close, previous high was basically overhand high. Weekly open. He does happen to get down to like 780. 675 might be a decent time to grab, definite longs. SPY, we're just holding the support. Definitely an overall boring day. Apple, watching for those consolidations, kind of holding. Holding this support, but had a decent run up. AMD definitely looked like the weaker of the semis, but wait for this downtrend to break. It's kind of just nice, obvious downtrend. Just wait for that definitely to break. Kind of looking at 172 possibly there. Amazon was nice. We had, we got calls, I think, right here at 221. Nice 10-point move up. Definitely watching over 233 to get to 241 if it could go. Google, wasn't watching Google. Meta, estimated move. Huge sell off in the estimated move. Pretty decent move from estimated move. I wonder how these contracts overall did from like 1050 to close. Still want to see Meta get 800. Microsoft, kind of keeping us on watch. We posted some flow into it. It's kind of back at, look at this previous earnings consolidation right here. Blast off, and then it comes right back down to here. It's just something like you kind of see on some of these stocks that have these earnings blast offs right here. On Netflix, we consolidated before earnings, and then we, Netflix came right back down to it and reversed. So possibly kind of looking at that. Nvidia still looks pretty good. I like how Nvidia did. I'm just looking at I need to figure out what this actually is called, the false breakdown manipulation. Darvis box kind of reversal back to the other side. Definitely want to see it break over that 184. Tesla looks pretty good too. Kind of the breakout from this downtrend into a flag. Definitely watch that. I really wanted to see 322. Didn't happen. Hood broke out, but this contract's kind of struggling. The pullback today kind of took it. If I would have averaged down, you can look that up. If I would have averaged that down, might have been definitely in the green today. Let me see. It's at 1.5, 1.05. It was a low of 0.5. So definitely wish I would have averaged down. Definitely would be green right now on that. But that contract got killed. Coin, not really looking at LLYX. I added. If you want to see it to get up to this level 13, be nice. Waiting MSOS, kind of holding on in at 4.34. I'm looking head and shoulders ish, but waiting on Trump to make that announcement. SMCI was another one I was kind of watching. Downtrend. Definitely want to see what overall happens. TI, SoFi, banks are looking good. SoFi's looking good. Talked about that one. Let's go ahead and go to the Gamma Rewind. We got MVC. The 18th, we'll cool on. Slider. 947. About 10:30. And then noon. Yeah, noon. What I don't like is when we open up right here, we kind of have 6450 below, and then we have 6470, which was the 945. Kind of the most, but like not by much. Kind of sporadic. You want to see one definitely have one, kind of a dead giveaway. 6435 was resistance. See if that actually was low. Low day was 6437. So this actually was like the random guy from Quant Data calls them speed bumps. So you kind of like speed bump here. So 6435 was actually a decent speed bump there, but overall looking at this, not good. 1030, it kind of flipped. 6450, kind of see where if they grew 2.84. This is almost 5. So like 65 grew at 1030, but we didn't get close to that. 6410 became the highest, and we didn't get close to that either. And then at noon, it's kind of same thing. The big issue was today with Delta. Don't like to see this kind of all over the place. With the deltas, kind of want to see something like this for a trend day out. It's more obvious that, deltas are at that position. they're net long here. So that didn't help. And then if we went to net drift didn't help either. Never really did very, crosses, just cross. We kept crossing and kept crossing. We had a nice one at 1043, but they both were, net negative. The net premiums are negative. You kind of want to one obvious up here. So 1042. The 42 could have been a nice short, but it was short lived, the blue line price. So it was like quickly reversed. We had almost another one here. Could have been a nice short, but I felt like everything today was you had to take profits quickly. Even on SPY, SPY, yeah, I'm going to switch this. SPY, we had one cross here at 1030. That was about it. They kind of just worked together. Mag 7 was back and forth. No one really, I kind of watched this. Nothing really took the lead there. This is 0 days to 60, I believe. Yeah, 0 days to 30. Kind of same thing. Nothing took the lead. So definitely Gamma looked good. Kept going back and forth. Deltas looked horrible, and net drift looked horrible. Going into tomorrow, definitely want to see how the reaction is. This wall's still up there after hours. They're still up there. Usually, I like to see it being taken out. I wish we would have pumped, and then like the last couple of minutes come down, and then you like to see after hours just take that liquidity, and then reverse back up. It's kind of like after hours here, take it out liquidity wise, and then kind of overnight just have a good decent move up. This over here. DPOI, as you can tell, we're just going sideways. Yesterday's value area, we opened up below it, kind of pushed up, but definitely quickly rejected. Below yesterday's price, quickly rejected. Bulk of our price was yesterday's lows, the value area. Can't really do much. I said, if futures scalp away, no really point of adding size on. So what we want to do is TPO, right? You got this template already. Like our 4-day balance, pretty balanced here. So like nice D-shape balance. Value area low is Hard to tell. You make it obvious. There we go. Value is 6465, basically in between POC and value area low. It's kind of a reversion. So we're just reverting on like the lower half of this. I want to see us possibly start doing it on the upper half. Weekly TPO, last week, kind of a V shape. Want to see if this holds here. If not, 6450 could possibly head us down to this consolidation. It would be smart to go to 6420, 6430. If it's able to lose last week's mid, I'd watch downside here. If not, POC's up here, a lot of volume. So we just got to figure out if they're buying or selling up here. If they're finding value, if they like the value, or if they're just trying to sell. There's like a lot of historical charts that are showing this is the end, but just play it. Play the mean reversion. Get down here. Up, we have the false breakdown, back down. Like 80% rules, outside days are pretty good. I'm not seeing much tomorrow. It's economic. Let's check. But economic, we have housing starts and building permits. Bowman at 10 a.m. and Bowman at 2:10. So nothing crazy. Then even Wednesday, we have two Feds. We have Waller and then FOMC minutes, which shouldn't really move the market. Possibly may if the next days are going slow. So that's why I didn't want to add to any options, because we might not possibly move till second half of Wednesday. Then they're going to start doing their positioning and BSing and all that for Friday's Jackson Hole event. But that's all I got for y'all today. Just doing a quick one since the market was horrible.